With John Cena squaring off against CM Punk and Jey Uso losing his heavyweight title to Gunther. A lot happened this Monday Night Raw, and in today's video I'll be recapping it all. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get right into the video. I'm gonna start off by quickly going over Becky Lynch's promo. In this promo we hear Becky Lynch complain about how Lyra attacked her after she took the Intercontinental Championship from her. While Lyra is coming out to confront her, we see Bayley sneak up behind and attack Becky. It's good to see Bayley back, and I'm interested if her and Lyra are gonna team up to take out Becky, or if they're gonna have Lyra move on to other things and just have Becky vs Bayley. The second biggest promo of the night was when R-Truth came out and thanked the fans for helping him get back into the ring. R-Truth then decides to cut off his hair and says he is now Ron Killings. I'm excited to see Ron Killings in the ring, and I'm interested to see what title they'll have him go for. I personally think he'll try to dethrone Dom Mysterio as the Intercontinental Champion. Either way, I'm excited to see R-Truth's final run in the WWE as Ron Killings. We also got to see the return of Nikki Bella, which was cut short by Liv running out and hitting Niki with an Oblivion. I believe that this confirms that Niki and Liv will have a match at Evolution. AJ Styles and Chad Gable also faced off in Monday Night Raw. I'm glad that Chad Gable's finally getting more matches, especially after the match he had in Worlds Collide. He definitely deserves this. Although it's good to see AJ Styles finally pick up a win, I am confused as to what his role is in the WWE right now. He has seemed to made enemies with American Made, the Judgment Day, and Seth Rollins group. I do hope that they figure it out soon so we can see AJ Styles in main events once again. Now going to one of the more surprising matches of the night, the Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Way between Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Kiera Sane, and Rhea Ripley. This match really surprised me because in the beginning I thought Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan were finally going to settle their differences. I was fearing that the future of the Judgment Day was in trouble, but after seeing the two team up at the start, I thought their future was fine. But that all changed when Roxanne Perez took the victory in the match. I'm honestly shocked that Rhea Ripley didn't win this match. I thought for sure after her loss in Money in the Bank, she was gonna go on to win the entire Queen of the Ring tournament. I also found it interesting that afterwards in the Judgment Day clubhouse, it seemed that JD McDonough and Finn Balor were actually excited that Roxanne won, and it's obvious that Liv and Raquel are definitely against her. Now this might seem like a crazy take right now, but I feel like that Raquel and Roxanne are gonna end up teaming up on Liv. I also think that Liv and Dom are gonna split up and leave the Judgment Day. I feel like in the near future that the Judgment Day will split up, and the new Judgment Day will be led by Finn Balor. Joining him in the new Judgment Day will be JD McDonough, Raquel, along with Roxanne Perez. I feel like what they're doing with Raquel being so against Roxanne right now is the same thing they did with Dom being against Liv. I really do feel like in a short amount of time, Raquel will betray Liv Morgan. I also think in the near future that JD McDonough and Finn Balor will win the tag titles. I also think that the time Finn Balor will betray Dom and end up destroying the Judgment Day will be in one of Dom's next title defenses. I believe that Finn will cost Dom his title, and that will be the end of the Judgment Day as we know it. Now these next three parts of the show I feel like are directly connected to each other. Starting off with the King of the Ring Fatal 4-Way match between Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, and Penta. Going into the match, I was certain that Penta and Dom Mysterio weren't gonna win. I really did have faith in Sami Zayn, but I thought for sure that Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed were gonna interfere enough to where he lost the match. But to my surprise, Sami Zayn ended up winning, and I think this is really important for his feud with Seth Rollins. I think Sami Zayn winning this match completely changes my predictions for the future. I now think that LA Knight will win his portion of the bracket. I also think that Damian Priest will win. And finally, one of the biggest upsets of them all, I think no matter who the mystery wrestler is, I believe that Bronson Reed will end up facing off against Sami Zayn in the final round. And if that happens, I think that Bronson Reed will beat Sami Zayn and then eventually go on to claim the heavyweight title. Now this might be a stretch, but hear me out. I think that after seeing John Cena lose in the tag match, Seth Rollins will look to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on John Cena. Now that Braun Breaker has lost, Bronson Reed is Seth Rollins' only hope at getting both titles. And because of this, I think he will send Bronson Reed to go get the heavyweight title. And if this does end up happening, I think Braun Breaker will turn on Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. If Bronson Reed does end up gaining the heavyweight title, Braun Breaker will no longer be seen as the future of the company in Seth Rollins' eyes. And I think this will enrage Braun Breaker. I believe that Braun Breaker's time with Seth Rollins will end with him spearing Paul Heyman. Now this might be a reach, but if Bronson Reed does end up winning the first round, I could definitely see this as a possibility. Now I wouldn't have seen this as a possibility if Jey Uso still had the heavyweight title, but that all changed when Gunther beat Jey Uso for the title. As crazy as it may seem, I think with the help of Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed will be able to beat Gunther. This of course would imply that Braun Breaker doesn't turn until after they gain both titles, and I'll explain how I think they'll get both titles in just a second. I believe that Gunther is not going to take the advice he gave to Jey and is going to take on as many title challenges as he can, and after Bronson Reed wins the King of the Ring tournament, he will be able to face a weak and beaten Gunther. Which leads me to the most important part of the night, and actually the opening of the night, John Cena's promo. In this promo, John Cena was saying how there was no real competition in the WWE other than him. But while John Cena was cutting his promo, CM Punk interfered, saying he has faced the best competition in the WWE, but he has cheated his way to win. CM Punk also said how the people chose him to be the champion, not John Cena, and how he still continues to suck up to the boss. After that, CM Punk challenged him to a match that very night, to which John Cena declined, but he did say that they will have a match at Night of Champions on June 28. After that, Seth Rollins also interfered, showing his Money in the Bank briefcase. And this right here leads me to my next crazy prediction. I think that Seth Rollins will cash in his Money in the Bank at Night of Champions, but not against John Cena, instead against CM Punk. Now we'll have to see how these promos continue, but as of late, if John Cena gets knocked out in his promo, it hints that he will end up winning the match, but if he's the one knocking out the challenger in his promos, it is hinted that he will lose the match. So if this trend continues, I believe that CM Punk will win, and even if it doesn't, I'm still confident that CM Punk will win this match. I believe that John Cena is running out of time and he'll turn back to a babyface soon. Now after a hard-fought match, I believe that after CM Punk wins the championship, Seth Rollins with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker will run in and cash in the Money in the Bank, to which I could see Jey Uso and Sami Zayn running out to try to stop him from cashing it in. But Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed will be too strong, and Seth Rollins will end up cashing it in on a weak CM Punk, making him the WWE World Champion. Now I know this all might seem a little far-fetched, and I'll be sure to adjust my prediction after every Monday Night Raw and SmackDown leading up to Night of Champions. But I believe after Night of Champions, the team of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed will have a chance to have full control of the men's division in the WWE. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of these predictions. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.